everybody. This is Joshua Hatton with One Nation Under Whiskey podcast. I'm joined, as always, by my humming friend, my very own hummingbird, Mr. Jason Neil Patrick Harris Johnston Yellen. I had to wait to do the intro because I'm just sitting here, and there you are. You're doing that. Just humming along some song. I've got no idea what it is.
No, this is what it sounds like when Jason self-soothes, because FedEx are currently driving me to absolute distraction. So I'm just staying calm, just
All right.
and yes, and for the type of person who would listen to a podcast like this one,
Yeah.
I am waiting on a whiskey delivery from Single Cask Nation. And FedEx are just playing silly buggers. I've waited 3 days for a delivery, and it is killing me. So you got the hum instead of the Hulk smash.
See, and this is what I thought it sounded like when the doves cry. But
no, these are tears for fears.
Shout. Let it all out, Jason. I mean, come on.
Oh, man. All right. What are we doing today? What are we covering?
Oh, boy. We're covering a number of things. I mean, we've got big news to share, first off. We've got 3 new bottlings that we're going to be launching on September 18th, plus a number of bundles that are going to be coming along with those.
Indeed.
So we want to talk about that. We also had some Zooms that we actually just finished the last of them. So I want to just discuss that a little bit, maybe do a little rehash of that, right? But before we get to that, we want to give a thanks to everybody who came out in droves for our Labor Day sale, right?
Really
From
cool.
September 1 to September
really
5.
See.
It was fantastic. The number of people that came out to grab not a bottle, but bottles of whiskey. Yeah.
Yep. The Glengarry 21 was in high demand. The Ardmore 25 was in hard demand. Hard demand. Still got FedEx on the brain right now. I really want a Hulk smash. So yeah, Ardmore was in high demand, and then I saw our Cedar Ridge has been doing great guns as well. So that's been really nice to see. And then I've had a few people reach out to say that Balcones is off the chain, and I've been saying to anyone who listen, like, don't snooze on that Balcones. That's yep. And a few bottles got discovered along the way by our retail partner.
And this is what I was going to say. So you beat me to it. Yeah, as we were going through this, so many bottles had been selling. They had the people, packing up boxes, and here they are looking around, and they find some unmarked boxes and corners here and there, and they found 3 bottles of Kalila. They found a bottle of Aberfeldy. They found some a Thrusk, and so we threw those up on the website. Those sold out immediately. We ended up selling out of our Tormore bottling. A number of other bottlings just sold out through this. So it's actually nice to find some of these bottles that we had thought were long sold out, because some people sort of bellyache about that. Oh, I missed it. And here's a chance. There's some bottles up on the website. Sadly, those same people complain because they missed it again. But at least we got to throw them up on the website again.
Yeah. What was it? Yeah, 1 Aberfeldy got found. I like that you announced that over email as well, and then boom, it was gone. As soon as the email went live, boom, the Aberfeldy was gone as well. So it's just the way this goes. It's fun if you're in the right place at the right time. It's really done a nice job. I think there's some banners to be put up on the website showing newly sold out bottles, which is always fun. And then as we start to turn our attention, partly the focus of today's episode, but as we turn our attention to September, October, November, December, there's some nice new bottles to be showing off, some nice new distilleries to be talking about. So, yeah, I know we're on the cusp of fall here, but I feel like we've had a wee spring clean of the website. It's felt
Yeah,
nice.
and this is the part that I wanted to hold on to, and this is regarding the Zoom events, right? The Zoom events actually tied in, at least the last two really tied into our Labor Day sale, because the way we've been doing our Zoom events is people buy the tasting pack. They buy the experience and
The
receive a tasting
experience.
pack, right? They buy the experience, they receive a tasting pack, and along with that comes a $30 or $40 credit that can be used on
That's a good deal.
singlecastnation.com, right? And so they used that in conjunction with the Labor Day sale. So it was savings on top of savings. So it really worked out for a number of people who have joined the Zoom tasting. So again, thank you to everybody who joined those 4 events. And so, for those that are listening, for those that are watching, because again, this is a viewable, a watchable episode. Look out. We want to do more of these Zoom events. Hopefully we can get some in 2025. As the kids say, watch this space.
Well, and to be sure, keep your eye on SCN email, right?
Yeah, there you
We
go.
communicate as much as we can through email and let people know what's happening within the nation that way. And then when those tasting experiences were built, they were announced through email. And so, yeah, make sure you're signed up, make sure you're accepting the marketing, and make sure we can appear in your inbox safely and regularly. It's a good place to be.
Indeed. So, Jason, before we get to the crux of the matter, the meat of the episode, says the vegetarian to one other vegetarian.
Before we get to the nut roast portion of the episode,
no nut roasting, please.
You're not a nut roast man.
I am a nut roast man, but I went dirty.
Once you go dirty, you don't go back.
This is true. Last episode, was it the last episode? Yeah, it was the last episode with our friend Terrence Riley and our cigar czar Yoni Miller. Terrence Riley of Aganorsa Leaf and Yoni Miller, our cigar czar. You and I, we were discussing Kenny Rogers' epic movie, Hollywood Smash.
Where are we?
6-pack.
1982.
1982. Have you had a chance to watch it since?
I have not. The weekend was taken up at the Virginia Scottish Games. And so I was masterclass upon masterclass upon masterclass. Brilliant time. But there was no opportunity to view 6-pack.
Okay. Well, I've got good news. We received an email from the very own, the latest christened. Does a Jewish person say christened? Moses isn't. I don't know. Anyway, we received an email from Tom Nemerkin.
Tom Nemerkin.
Tom Nemerkin.
AKA Tom Judelka.
Tom Judelka. Yeah, that you don't, right? You don't say Tom Judelka, aka Tom Nemerkin. It's the other way around. And so he emails and he says, "Hello, SCN crew. I hope this message finds you well. I wanted to reach out to say thank you for the shout out on the most recent episode of the podcast. It brought a smile to my face on the brisk, official fall morning." It's not really official. I mean,
the unofficial. He's up north, though, is he? Is he up north? Northern United States,
I don't know.
cold weather temps. I will tell you, even in Virginia, we have been cold in the mornings. There's no doubt about that. But we're getting plenty warm during the days.
Yeah. Same here. Yeah, we're getting in the mid 50s at least, right? So it's brisk.
Indeed. Without being the official beginning of fall.
Yeah. So anyway, he continues. He says, "Although I do not smoke cigars, I went into the episode with an open mind and came away with a new appreciation of the care and deliberate thought that goes into crafting a cigar. I couldn't help but draw, see what I did there, parallels to the world of whiskey. Thank you to all involved for another world-expanding episode.
Nice one.
Yeah, thanks so much for dipping a toe, into, just that. You don't smoke cigars, but you wanted to learn more. I really like that. I think that's awesome. He continues. He says, the main purpose of this message is to comment on the Kenny Rogers movie Six Pack.
Hey.
I had not heard of it prior to Joshua mentioning it, which seems crazy to me. He's an American. He's not American. I think we may have just figured this out. Maybe he's not a red-blooded American.
He joined us for our Zoom.
Oh, he did. He did. Okay. Anyways,
You've shipped a pack to him. You literally know his address.
Well, you live in America too. I mean, I don't think you're
not since 1982, though.
Oh, that's true. I'm only familiar with Kenny Rogers' music career and, of course, his chain of roasters restaurants, but only from Seinfeld. I never actually saw one, let alone ate at one. I was hoping that the movie would be like the Kenny Rogers version of Roadhouse, parenthetically, one of the greatest movies of all time, in my opinion. He continues, a quick internet search would suggest otherwise, but I'm still very interested in watching it. Unfortunately, it's not streaming anywhere, and my local video store was replaced several years ago, sadly, not by a Kenny Rogers roaster restaurant. Regardless.
I was going to be amazed if he still had a local video store to ask the question of.
We have one. We have one just 30 minutes away. It's called Best Video, and you can get VHS. I actually think they have old Betamax videos, and they've got DVDs, and they do monthly trivia that's all movie based. Yeah, it's the real. It's for absolute whiskey. It's for absolute. I almost said whiskey nerds. It's for absolute nerds who like only communicate by typewriter. It's like, hipsterville.
You need to call them, and you need to ask them if they've got Six Pack.
I think I need to.
If it's not streaming anywhere, what are we going to do with a movie that's not streaming anywhere? What's next? I don't understand how to go forward with that.
It has to be on like a what's the one, like a Pluto or a Phoebe or a Fivy? What are those ones? You know what I'm talking about.
Sure, Grandpa. Continue.
What is the one that has the streaming ones with the advertisements?
Yeah. Used to be able to watch a movie, sharpen my pencils, and get my shoes shined. Like, what was that place? Remind me that one.
And all the intel you would get as you were getting your shoe shined. All right, let me continue, please. There's just a little bit more. So he says, regardless, my interest is now piqued. I will find this movie and I will watch it.
Please let us know where you find it, Tom Namarkin.
And finally, last little bit here. He says, enough of this filler. It's time to wrap this up.
Oh, filler, cigar reference again. Very smart.
Oh, right? He's very good. He knows what he's doing here. He's no slouch. He's an expert here. He goes on. He says, much like when I am sitting at the table, I know when to walk away and even when to run from an email. And that time is now. Thanks as always for indulging my lengthy communications, although I find it's not the length that matters, but rather how you read them. Winky emoji. Cheers, Tom Namarkin Jodelka.
Somewhere in a brisk morning climate.
Oh, gosh, that was so much fun. So much fun. Thank you so much, Tom Namarkin. Really appreciate that.
There were tortured references to cigars and Kenny Rogers all the way through that email. That's
I found them perfect. Should we talk about whiskey, Jason?
Yeah, we've come this far. At least until we've seen six packs. So.
I don't know. All right. Yeah, so we have 3 new whiskeys here. I've actually have one of them right here. I've opened it. I've been tasting it.
This is going to remind me of my FedEx anger. Here are the bottles that Joshua had delivered via FedEx this week.
Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. All right. So we have, I almost said last month, which was August, we released 3 American whiskeys, but we're back at it with 3 Scotch whiskeys. And I'm really excited because we're releasing our first American release of a BenRiach since we launched the company in 2011. Right, our first BenRiach was a 17-year-old peated, and what we're about to launch is a 14-year-old BenRiach. That was 10, what do we have here? 10 years in ex-bourbon and 4 years in a toasted Chinkapin oak cask. Jason.
I'm excited about that Chinkapin component to this. Obviously, we're going to go through the full tasting videos. People will be able to see those on the SCN YouTube page. Please subscribe to that if you have an opportunity. But just as I was mentioning a moment ago, I was presenting the master classes at the Virginia Scottish Games, and I was able to pour the Rassie over there, the Rassie, standard release, and they've got peated and unpeated spirit, but they've also got rye cask maturation, they've got Bordeaux red wine cask maturation, and they've got Chinkapin oak. Yeah. And the number of people who are hearing Chinkapin and just saying nope, that's a new one. And I was discussing a little bit the tighter oak pours on the Chinkapin compared to the Quercus alba that we're more familiar with, and how that kind of changes the profile of the whiskey, in some way kind of presents a certain spice to it. Here we are with a heavy toast medium char on said Chinkapin as well.
Yeah, I think probably what I think is perhaps the most important thing to point out, especially for my palate, is when it comes to Chinkapin oak, the amount of tannins it delivers to the spirit is far less than what you would get from standard Quercus alba, standard American white oak. And, when it comes to bourbon, when it comes to rye, when bourbon and rye gets older, I sometimes have a difficult time with it because the tannins will blow out my palate. But Chinkapin oak delivers far fewer tannins to your palate. You still get the oakiness, but you don't get the dryness coming out. You don't get potential astringency coming out. And so what I like about what this heavy toast medium char is doing with the BenRiach, first off, you're not getting the tannins, but secondly, what it's doing is it's amplifying the sort of tropical fruit quality that comes out in the BenRiach. And again, we're going to be doing tasting videos, and those will be available up on our YouTube channel. So please go there and look for those videos. But it really does such a great job of amplifying those tropical fruits, which are characteristics I usually find in much older BenRiachs. And so to find it in a 14-year-old, I think is really quite impressive. And I think the Chinkapin did a great job of teasing out those notes.
Yeah, for me, it's the spice around it, but it's the spice around that toast as well. Yeah, you're spot on. Again, it's something we like to say early and often, but definitely spirit. right? Definitely BenRiach presence in here,
Yep.
which is always important to us. And what a point of difference from where we started 14 years ago,
Oh,
right?
oh, yeah. 14 years ago. There you go. Yeah.
Billy Walker ownership. Ali Walker was our point of contact.
Yeah. Yeah. And here he is with Infrequent Flyers now. There you go. Yeah. 172 bottles, 57.9% alcohol. And everybody knows this, right? This is a single cask nation bottling. When and where we can, $10 per year. This is a 14-year-old. This is going to be 100. Oh, geez. Our viewers are going to see a really fun thing pop up on my window there. But 14-year-old, it's $140 a bottle, right? Solid pricing. That's what we go for here. So I'm really excited that we're able to deliver that price on such a special BenRiach. Man, oh Manischewitz. I really love it.
Yeah, I really like the way that's just sitting on the palate. That's going to be fun in the tasting video, really delving into that.
Which one do you want to tell? Should we go in alphabetical order?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I like that. I like that kind of structure.
Yeah, right. So this next one, right? You know, sometimes we get to use the distillery names, and sometimes you can't. and sometimes it makes sense when you can't use a distillery name, right? You know, sometimes, like let's say it's a Lagavulin, and they don't want you to use the distillery name. Makes sense. Or a Glenfarclas, please don't use our name. Totally makes sense. Then there's some distilleries where they say, don't use our name. And you say, I'm sorry, come again?
But what if nobody knew your name?
Yeah.
Then what?
So we have a bottling known as Cawdor Springs.
Yep.
It's an 8-year-old.
Water source for a particular distillery who we have bottled previously and named previously.
Yep, indeed. It's a Highland distillery, 58.6%, also 179 bottles, which is, oh no, the BenRiach was 172. This is 179. And this is actually, wasn't this a slightly smaller cask? This was a new charred oak quarter cask, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly, yes,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm actually, for the viewers, if they want to get a little look at this, like that's my little snow globe original cask sample. If you're listening along, imagine a snow globe with char instead of glitter. And that's exactly what I've got going on with my cask sample here. And I noticed it because as soon as I poured, and again, I don't know if I can quite get. Yeah, there you go. Can get that up for the camera there.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, look at that. The detritus just.
Yeah. And you've got a clear bottle there. I would assume the large particle filtration was able to clean that right up.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because your sample is straight from the cask, where mine it went through the
barrel thief, Valanche, call it what you will.
But yeah, much darker in color, and so this one was 5 years in bourbon, 3 years in new charred oak. So this isn't. Do you remember off the top of your head if this was this a number 4 char? I thought that it was. Yeah.
Okay. No clue. I've done enough Zooms with you with your numerical confidence that's hasn't really resulted in much.
Ooh, that's the name of a band. New band, Numerical Confidence. Like you're of Prague, you're like a math rock band. Numerical Confidence.
Fronted by Joshua Hatton.
All right.
Really sweet. Yeah, really good nasal texture there. Nicely buttery, rich toffee, butterscotch.
Yeah, but still with that sort of lightly floral element that I always sort of find with this distillery.
Who use water from Cawdor Springs.
All right. Yeah, exactly. Can't mention it. Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue, but can I say it? Can I do it? Anyway.
Yeah. Do you get the nasal texture on that?
Oh, without a doubt. Right.
Hmm.
It's rich. It's voluptuous on the nose and on the palate. Oh, the spice comes through really nice, Jason.
Man, oh man. Oh gosh. Oh man. Yeah, that's so well worth $85. So well worth
Right.
it.
$85 for an 8-year-old.
Single cask strength.
And this is one thing that I think is really important to point out, specifically for our bourbon drinkers, for those, for our listeners that really love American whiskey, bourbon, rye, where a 53-gallon barrel makes sense. And then you get nervous about your 30-gallon barrel, right? Which is basically a quarter cask. When it comes to Scottish spirits, a quarter cask is a fairly common cask, right? Think of Lefroy quarter cask. That is just a common bottling for them. Quarter casks in Scotland mature whiskey in a completely different way than they do in the US. I mean, first off, you've got different climates, but you also have a different spirit. It's not bourbon. It's not corn in the mash bill. You're not dealing with these different grain types. You're dealing with 100% malted barley in a completely different environment and a completely different fermentation style and distillation style. So different things are happening. Quarter casks mature Scotch whiskey really nicely. So don't be nervous about that smaller cask size.
No, there's no aggression there. If you hadn't told me this was quarter cask, I wouldn't necessarily have gone to a quarter cask place in my mind. It's not like the oak spice is jumping out. It's definitely got that kind of warm, sweet fruit nose developing. I stand by that toffee and butterscotch. You were mentioning the floral component.
Yeah, but it's like a Fifth Avenue bar note in here, right? The toffee, the nuts, the chocolate over that. Like, there's some fun things going on there.
That's a really tidy fall dram as well. You and I've sometimes talked about this, about some selections where you get like an autumn leaf kind of quality to it. Sometimes you think about a dram that you could pour after raking autumn leaves. A fall day in the garden, and then a little dram of this. Cawdor Springs. I nearly used the name there of the distillery. Reaching for this Cawdor Springs would go over really well. Yeah, good age on that, good maturation on that, great spirit in the bottle. Strength on that, Joshua? You've got the label in front of you.
It is 58.6% alcohol.
So drinkable. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Right? That checks a lot of boxes for me, and I think that $85 price point is really spot on.
Solid, right?
Yeah.
No complaints.
We do our best
there.
to look out for the nation.
Indeed.
All right. I have poured the final in our alphabet here.
All right. The final in the alphabet is, we're going to stick with the C's. Not the C's as in the ocean, but the C's as in the letter. And it is a 12-year-old from the Clynelish distillery, or as you would say, Clynelish.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is an American standard barrel. Fully matured in bourbon on this one.
That's first full bourbon.
That's a special place, and it's a really special place for Clynelish. This is also, I believe, our first foray into this distillery since we put the double-headed Clynelish into retail, when we did the 9-year-old and the 23-year-old in retail.
You could be correct. Yeah. The 23-year-old that was in sherry, the 9-year-old that was bourbon. Oh my gosh, that is correct. Yeah, well done. Well remembered.
That was a time to be alive, right? That same US retail release had 2 Lechigs in it, the 13-year-old and the 15-year-old. I think that was, we were flying high, and I wanted, I don't have them in the immediate shelf here. And my glasses don't go far enough to my second shelf, so I can't read my second shelf from where I'm sitting. But the number of people that talked about those 2 double whammies, in that US outturn or that US retail release.
Mm-hmm.
And now here we are for the nation, for singlecasknation.com, this Clynelish from 2012. Absolutely cracking, absolutely spectacular.
This smells like buttered Italian, like a buttered toasted ciabatta bread. Oh, wow. That just smells glorious. Oh, Jason, I like that a lot.
Yep. Yep. Creamy to the front, waxy to the back. It does exactly what you expect Clynelish to do from a texture standpoint.
Oh, hot damn.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and that's delivering such like candied sweetness coming through mid palate. Really lovely sort of like pear drop sweetness. Right?
I've almost got a melted vanilla ice cream thing happening, both flavor-wise and texture-wise across my palate.
Oh, and then a peppery second sip. These flavors are starting to build. Now you get this sort of like, you usually get like a ground gray pepper. I'm getting like a white pepper kind of going on the sides of the tongue.
Yeah, mine was cask char to the back of the palate into the finish.
Mm-hmm.
That fresh bourbon cask letting itself be known.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could. It's Clynelish. Right, let's just. That's all we need to put on the label. It's Clynelish.
It's Clynelish, right?
Cask strength on that one.
This one's a bit higher than the others. This is 61.1%.
I would never have guessed that.
And this is sort of interesting, right? It is first fill bourbon. I was expecting fewer bottles in this one. 228 bottles. So, yeah, decent amount.
Yeah, for full maturation in Scotland over those 12 years. Yeah, not too shady on the angel share for that one. I'm glad we've got a bit more of that to go around. I think Clynelish is a distillery people seek out. It clearly has an unsurpassed reputation. Real phenomenal whiskey. And as we're suggesting here, not a lot of it floating around. For us to have gone, what must be 7 years maybe between releases of Clynelish.
Yeah, when
I would have said somewhere around 2018.
Thank you.
Without checking the archive.
Well, being in the band Confidence in Numbers,
there you go.
I was going to say
being the front man for Confidence in Numbers.
Confidence in Numbers. I was going to say 7 years ago as well, and you just don't see Clynelish. Diageo really don't give it up. Most of it is going to go into Johnny Walker.
Yeah.
And with how, especially over COVID, with how popular whiskey was getting and growing and growing and growing, it makes sense that they wouldn't give up Clynelish, right? So
that's the bee's knees.
Yeah.
Oh, and then did you give the price on that one?
Let me ask you. It's 12 years old. So what do you think the price is?
Well, given our today's conversation around confidence in numbers, I would put a 0 on the end of those years, and I would say this is $120 at singlecasknation.com.
Ta-da!
Yeah. Confidence in numbers. We've been confidence in numbers. Good night.
So in addition to these 3 bottlings, really excited. I mean, right? First BenRiach in almost 13, 14 years.
Yeah, 14.
First Clynelish in 7 years. And our first, it's Cawdor Springs. This is our second Cawdor Springs in the past 12 months or so. But the other one we were able to name. And that one was retail, right?
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. Yeah. I wonder which distillery is served by Cawdor Springs.
That's interesting.
No way to know. No way to find out.
I want to
So
know.
just a question for the nation.
Yeah,
Open-ended
my
question.
one hope is, as people are searching, is that it's not a royal pain in the ass. That's, that should be easy. Yeah. Anyway, so in addition,
Checks around for the contract.
in addition to these 3 bottlings, we are going to have 4 bundles to complement these 3 bottlings.
Nice. And to reiterate, bundles are limited numbers.
Very
Bundles are
limited.
not. What's the infinity? They're not counted according to infinity. They are limited.
Correct. Yeah, and if our viewers or listeners happen to be Single Cask Nation members, or not, if you've perused our website, you'll know that our August bundles, we had 4 of them. 3 of them sold out within the first week and a half or 2 weeks, something like that. The main one, which was, I think, Cure for the Summertime Blues, that sold out in 2 days.
Yeah, nice.
Right? So keep that in mind. These are limited. So there's going to be 4 of them. And as you know, Jason, I like to get real punny with these. So, as you know, we had a BenRiach, a Cawdor Springs, and a Clynelish. So the main bundle, which has all 3 of these, is called BCC, Easy as 233. BCC, Easy as 233. Right?
Got it.
So it has one of each bottling, and normally, right, if you were to add all of those up, it'd be $345 for the 3. And but if you get it as a bundle, take off $45, $300. Boom, easy breezy.
Nice.
Yeah. And then the next one, I had fun with this. The other day, I was up at Burlington Wine and Spirits doing an in-store event. And it was massive. We had 25 people in the class. We were working on a retail release number 13. We ended up selling 47 bottles on the night through that tasting. It was an incredible night.
Nice.
And longtime Nation member, a gentleman by the name of Chu, Asian gentleman, he was looking at the bottle, and he was hoping for the number 88, because the 8 is a very special number. It's a lucky number. And so this next one, I decided to call Lucky 88, and it's our Cawdor Springs 8-year-old paired up with our Isle of Arran or La Cranza 8-year-old. And normally $185 for the pair, but the bundle price would be $160. There you go.
Nice couple of lucky 8s in there.
Yeah. And then the next one is a combination of our Tullibardine and Clynelish.
That Tullibardine might be coming here. That featured in one of our Zoom tastings and really surprised people.
Right.
People have been sleeping on the Tullibardine. There's no doubt about it. Our first and only to date Tullibardine in the nation.
Yeah. So that one I call Dine and Recline. As in Tullibardine and Clynelish. So normally, right? I got to do it, Jason.
Aye, you do.
So normally that would be $205 for the pair, and this bundle is $180, right? So you're saving yourself a $25 bill on there,
nice,
right?
Tidy.
And then finally, a combination of our new BenRiach and our Rosary Burn. These are both Speyside distilleries. And so we call this one Spey versus Spey.
Ah.
Right?
Spey versus Spey. Is that from Kramer versus Kramer?
No.
Inspiration? Spey
Jason,
versus Spey?
Didn't you have Mad Magazine growing up as a kid? Spy versus Spy.
I had not considered that. But yeah, I used to love Spy versus Spy. It was always awesome.
Yeah.
Spy versus Spy is Spay versus Spay. All right. Well done, Joshua. I'll give you that one. A tip of the cap to you, my good man. A tip of the cap.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Spay versus Spay. A reference for the kids in there.
So normally for the pair, that would be $285 for those two, and if you get it as a bundle, it would be $250. So you're saving yourself a $35 bill there. So lots of savings to be had, and again, they are limited. We can only do so many of them. So
limited bundles.
Yep.
Worth emphasizing. Since you're having so much fun with them, I want people to buy them and have fun with them. So it's important that people know they're limited, so we're not setting a stage for something they lose access to. So please go buy early, buy often, buy many. Get yourself some free shipping for the funsies.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, those are 3 crackers for the September launch there. 4 wonderful bundles, Joshua. Well done on that front. Look forward to releasing those and look forward to the feedback on what we're putting out into the nation. Like all casks we do, we 100% stand behind these. And we try to put them out for the best prices we possibly can. And bundles is a little bit of value added for you. So, cheers, Joshua.
Yeah, cheers. Cheers to you, sir. And cheers to our listeners. Cheers to Tom Nemerkin.
Indeed.
To everybody who came out in droves for our Labor Day sale, to everyone who joined us at the Zoom tastings, and to those who might join us for future Zoom tastings.
Indeed. Agreed.
And, for our viewers and for our listeners, if you haven't done it already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'd really appreciate you doing that. I've noticed a number of people are subscribing. We're getting more and more people subscribing. So we want to thank you. To our new subscribers, thank you for doing so. Tell your friends, tell your loved ones, and I think it's time to get out of here, Jason.
Wow. Extra. We're out of here. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Cheers. That's good whiskey. Isn't that good whiskey?
Cawdor Springs, man.
Fuck, I know.